This is CNN Breaking News.
Welcome back. I'm Lynda Kinkade at the CNN Center, and you are watching Connect the World. Good to have you with us. Well, we are following the breaking news on Prince Andrew. A case against him in New York can now move ahead. It comes after a US judge rejected the royals' bid to have a civil sexual lawsuit thrown out. It was filed by Virginia Giuffre. She alleges that she was sexually trafficked to the Duke of York when she was underage. Prince Andrew has consistently denied the allegation. Well, CNN legal analyst Areva Martin joins us now live to talk us through all of this. Areva, firstly, take us through the judge's decision who rejected this motion to dismiss the case against Prince Andrew. Explain why.
Yeah, Lynda, what we saw happen in the court today was a New York judge in a civil court said that this settlement agreement entered into in 2009 by Virginia Giuffre and Jeffrey Epstein, where she alleged that he sexually assaulted her or arranged for her to be sexually assaulted. And there was a phrase in that settlement agreement that says that the settlement agreement covered potential defendants, other people that could have been named in the lawsuit against Epstein. Prince Andrew was relying on that statement in that settlement agreement as the basis for his motion to this New York court, saying, look, Judge, this case was already settled in 2009. Virginia already received $500,000. She should not be allowed to move forward with a lawsuit against me because I benefited from that lawsuit. And the court rejected that argument. The court found that the language in the lawsuit, the language in the settlement agreement between Virginia and Epstein was ambiguous, wasn't clear. Could be subjected to different interpretations, and that a jury should be able to look at the language in that agreement, look at the circumstances, and determine whether that agreement does indeed apply to Prince Andrew, and essentially allow this case to move forward to a civil jury trial. A huge blow to Prince Andrew and his legal team.
Yeah, and as you were just taking us through it, that settlement, that money that she was paid was a result of her trying to sue Epstein, the late financier, for trafficking her. He paid this sum of money, right, for her to drop these claims. But Prince Andrew's name was never mentioned in these documents, right?
That's correct. There is no mention of Prince Andrew anywhere in the settlement agreement between Virginia and Jeffrey Epstein. There's just this vague language about potential other defendants, other people that potentially could have been included in that lawsuit but were not. And Prince Andrew staked his legal position on that language, which the court found to be ambiguous and, again, subject to various interpretations. So this lawsuit gets to move forward. It is in civil court, so criminal penalties are not at issue, but he could face significant monetary damages, compensatory damages, and punitive damages. Very serious allegations, Lynda, in this lawsuit. Essentially, Virginia is saying that Prince Andrew raped her, sexually assaulted her on 3 different occasions between 2000 and 2002, and all arranged and facilitated by Jeffrey Epstein.
And of course, Prince Andrew has repeatedly denied these allegations. How is this case going to play out for him? How soon could it go to trial?
It could go to trial anytime by the end of this year, maybe the beginning of next year. But it's going to allow the public to learn more about the allegations. In civil lawsuits, you are allowed to submit written questions. Those are called interrogatories. You're allowed to take depositions under oath. There are so many people that could be brought into this lawsuit who may have information about Prince Andrew's, his whereabouts on the days that the plaintiff is alleging that she was sexually assaulted by him. He says he was at home with his children on one of the dates at issue. So his children could potentially be deposed. His ex-wife, other members of the royal family, anyone that has information about the allegations of rape and sexual assault could be brought into this lawsuit.
There will be a lot of interest covering this case, no doubt. Areva Martin, good to have you breaking that all down for us. Thank you.
Thanks, Lynda.